Yes!
Yes!
Man!
Oh my God. That was some stress. I was completely very stressed.
I sweat. My face gets red. I stink. I gotta introduce you to. Look
Let me
at
see. I
those
saw a picture.
cousin.
Oh my God. Look at
Let me see his
you.
cousin. Let me see Joe.
Joseph. Oh, Joe.
Oh, hi, baby.
Joe needs a bath really bad. Obviously, I haven't
So do
taken him
I,
anywhere.
honey. I
I
haven't
know.
been changed out of these things. Oh, I'm just happy it's
Hi.
like some. He's yawning. That there's like some sunshine out.
It's
Trying to do
nice.
the tech. We're
Mhm.
not worse than Ellen. Ellen was trying to Insta Live on her
I saw. I was watching.
computer.
I saw.
So today's been some tech difficulties, but the sign is on and popping, so that's all that we need to know.
I
And
know, the
everyone is
sign's
so
fantastic.
excited that you're here. I actually
Yay.
printed some pretty embarrassing pictures. Not just
Oh, let
you,
me
but
see.
kind of everyone on the show. So this I thought was kind of perfect for the time. This is Lola sanitizing Hannah.
Oh, perfect.
Which there's
Wow.
actually now a theory that Hannah, the show, predicted everything that was ever going to happen in life. And here it is.
Right? There it is. Man, do you have like actual memory of some of those? I'm like having a hard time remembering like what year that was or what was happening.
This one I remember was the year that I think Hannah was trying to make like tutus and peplums happen.
Yes, of
which
course.
should never happen.
I was wearing a lot of vests. I remember. There was a lot of vests.
Yeah, you got a vest on.
God, I'm rocking it too.
Oh, you
yeah.
are rocking it. You made it sexy as hell. This is when we were like BFF denim on denim matching
hell yeah.
coral. I do remember
2006.
this day.
I do remember that day too. Yes, very much so.
This was one of our, was it our first or second season?
That was season 1.
That's what I think so too. And this was our first day of like really hanging out.
I remember because I remember the day being like much longer than anyone warned us it would be. And there was like 12 costume changes and we all had to take a lot of photos like that.
I remember that was kind of our life for 8 years, every being longer than anyone
longer than we thought.
Yeah. Longer than we were warned.
Do you remember our 2-hour lunches?
The one thing I remember also was this day. This was our first day of press, and my teeth had pretty much all decided to fall out like a month
I look like I'm choking you. Look, I'm like going for the throat here.
This was also a premonition. But
look at that sweater vest. Look at you.
My mom had to get me like some fake teeth. But we look like we're going to church. I don't know who told us that this was going to be the look.
I know that's that's an Ann Taylor top on me.
Apparently,
that's an Ann Taylor top.
The youngest child to ever rock Ann Taylor.
Oh yeah, thanks, Mom. Yeah.
This one is one thing that I was remembering as we started getting like a little older here, and it started.
Whoa!
This is more recent, and we were getting like a little older, and it was kind of feeling a little bit strange. I don't know about for you, for me to like put on a tutu and a wig.
Yeah.
Now I feel like, you know how they say you get younger.
Now totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, they say you get younger as you get older, and you kind of start becoming a child again, like the older you get. Which now I do put on wigs and dance around the house and everything too. And this I wasn't doing for free. Now I'm just doing it just for like shits and giggles. And then speaking of the puppy episode, this was a day where we got to just take pictures with the puppy.
Oh man, that was for what was that, Marie Claire or some sort of magazine shoot? Teen Vogue. We did Teen Vogue.
And
we're so cool.
Teen Vogue, and the woman had this really weird obsessive compulsion about she didn't like nubbies.
Oh, the nubby. Oh, she could say nubbies.
So she didn't want us to show. She didn't want your hand or my hand to wrap around each other for some reason. So
so if you put your hand, you had to like do that. Yeah.
Was us focused, and we kept being like, guys, we're not going to prom. Like, what the hell? Like.
Well, little did you know, we were probably.
I think they then just gave us some puppies to make us shut up and do what they wanted.
Yeah, which worked.
Which works, and it's continuing to work.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to get my little computer I wanted to talk about, because when we
Okay.
started DMing about this, me and you haven't really gotten to spend much time together, and now's not going to be the time because we're all quarantined in our house. But we were talking about,
Are
I
you
was talking
sure?
about on the show with Demi a couple days ago about it's a good
Uh-huh.
time to reconnect. Like, if there's someone that you haven't got to talk to in a while, reach
Mm-hmm.
out to them. It's a good time to FaceTime. And so I'm just really happy that we're getting to connect through the
Yeah.
show. And I actually was writing down that it was totally your idea to spotlight animal care at this time of emergency, which I thought was
Oh.
a genius idea because it's a really great time for, those in situations that are, able to provide. It's a great time to adopt or
Mm-hmm.
foster, but it's really important to talk about financial responsibility and the strain that a pet can cause on a family at such a
Yeah.
financially, challenging time. And so a lot of pets are going to be surrendered and they're going to end up in shelters. So they're going to go from
Mm-hmm.
being at homes to going to unknown places. And so it's just a crucial
Right.
time for us to step up for dogs. And I
Definitely.
think the best way to draw attention to man's best friend is to bring in the best friend duo that always encourage people to like do what's best, do what's right. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
just excited that we could bring our puppies together and that we could like
Yeah.
bring some awareness to people with puppies.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking to somebody, my friend Alana Rizzo, who works for the Dodgers. She runs, I believe, like a pet rescue nonprofit. And I was talking to her, and she was telling me that sometimes it's a lot harder for bigger dogs or like larger breeds or older dogs to get rescued because people want puppies, which
Yeah.
obviously. And so that's something she's been trying to focus on. And I've got a yard, so I was like, I could like rescue a larger breed dog for a couple weeks, absolutely,
And I
or
think
maybe
that's the
forever.
good thing too. We were talking about stigmas, like the stigmas, whether it's in like our own society of like just judging people from like where they've come from. And a lot of it has to do with nature and nurture. And so certain dogs have like natural tendencies to be more loyal or to be more hyper, or they have a tendency that they need to be like walked more or like more exercise. And so that's their nature, but it has a lot to do with nurturing them also. And so like we were
Hmm.
saying, when people complain like, okay, my dog's been tearing up my house, it's like, okay, well,
Right.
where's his bones, where's chew choice, are you doing all the things that you can do that will be nurturing the natural nature of your dog? So I think if
Yeah,
people can get bigger dogs, they have to know that bigger dogs, bigger responsibility, really,
totally.
to make sure it's not aggressive and to just like, you got to think a lot. And dogs aren't good gifts. As much as like I always ask someone to get me a puppy for
Ooh.
my birthday, it's
Hmm.
not a good gift.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's very personal. And as I'm watching Joe attack a squirrel, it's something that's very personal, and you have to be ready for it. And if you're giving somebody a puppy without them having any knowledge of it beforehand, you're handing them more than just a gift.
Yeah, you're handing them a really big responsibility. So even though we're kind of asking people to adopt or to foster dogs, we're also asking, them to like maybe a list. I really like a list of like, if you could actually prove that you're in a position right now, even emotionally, like we're so
Hmm.
emotionally occupied right now that it's a hard
Hmm.
time to like focus on training a new dog. It could also be a nice distraction in a time of distress, but it also can just be that one amount of stress. Like the first 2-3 weeks of having a new dog is super stressful, and that could maybe just like push you over the edge and just be a stress that you don't need right now. So if you can't do that and you're financially able, supporting like foundations like your friend or my friend, or supporting
Hmm.
these foundations if you can't actually do it yourself, or donate your time. Time is the most valuable.
Yes, Joseph knows.
Then
Look
you
at
could
that
play with
face.
more dogs in one day if you actually work like at the shelter.
Exactly. Look, Joe needs a haircut more than anybody has ever needed a haircut. He's got
Maybe
this
that
big
can be
beard going.
your project for today, like do a little glam work.
I think we're gonna do maybe I'll live stream a glam session for Joseph. He looks like Santa. Look at him.
Well, I will definitely be tuned in to any sort of dog glam content.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's like a whole like how like ASMR is a thing. I feel like there's like a whole little like
Dog shampoo.
creepy dog shampoo little cult following. So I'm
If
already
not, it should
subscribed.
be. Yeah.
Just hashtag dog shampooing and you'll just get like so much content. So
That's a
if
good
people
idea.
want to watch you wash your dog, do they just
Hmm.
go to your Instagram, which is at Emily Osment?
Yeah, you can go to at Emily Osment or my band's Instagram, which is Bluebird Music with two eyes. Sometimes Joe.
Bluebird music with two
Bluebird
eyes.
music. You
Two
can
eyes
go
in the
there as
bird
well.
or two eyes in the music?
Oh, good question. Two Eyes and Bird.
That's part of the
Bluebird
show
music.
host, gotta make sure. Two
Thank you
eyes
very
in
much for
the
clarifying.
bird.
Yes, sometimes Joe makes an
So
appearance on there.
I wanted to say thank you so much. Your music is badass.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you do with animals. Thanks for bringing up the idea to make sure we highlight animal care at this time. And
Absolutely.
you are the best.
You the best. Good to see ya.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. And that's our show.